Alright family, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to ask y'all a question. You ever heard that saying, show me your mentality, I'll show you your reality? I can't remember where I even heard it from, but this message is really to my fellas. So, you know, if you're a lady and you want to listen to this, tag along. But I really wanted to have a message to my guys out here, man, because a lot of fellas are really caught up in this lustful driven society, man. And it's not to your own will. You know what I mean? We're humans, and you know, we're creatures of human nature, you know what I mean? Like, we can't even prevent some of the pitfalls we end up falling into in this life sometimes, man. Not taking no accountability out of ourselves, but if you're a young fella right now and you haven't known better or been shown better, and all you around is niggas that's, you know, fighting for women's attention, and you get caught up around, you got friends that, you know, a lot of them got girls, so they talk about women a certain way, and you know, you grew up watching porn really early like most of us, then you know it's kind of hard to see women in the light that they truly are, just being real. And I wanted to talk to y'all about just really how y'all perception of women is, man, because I don't think a lot of men really stress the importance of how godly the nature of women truly are. But, and it's not no simp shit, but it's just more so a message that you gotta understand that balance. Like, as a man, you are way more masculine than you are feminine, but you do have a feminine nature into you, because we all have emotions. It's just that women, on the other hand, have emotions, and they're able to use that to their advantage, just like how we're able to use our physicality to our advantage, or our logic to our advantage about certain things. So what I want to tell y'all is just, you know, for my fellas out there, I would highly recommend you go read some books, you know, seek some type of counseling. I mean by counseling, I mean by finding certain teachers online. You need a counselor to talk to you about women, then so be it. But there's a lot of brothers online that do speak, or even women that do speak on the human natures of how women really operate, think, feel, talk. And I wanted to make a video about this because I feel like it's important, because I see how a lot of men talk in their friend groups about women, and it's low-key disgusting. You know what I mean? Because a lot of men typically look at women in a very lustful way, and it's not to negate how they approach themselves online, but I'm not putting all women in a box right now. Like, us brothers don't want to be put in no box, so I'm not gonna put women as a whole in a box, because there's a lot of flavors out here, man. You got some really good women out here, and then you got some hoes. You know, and that's just how it go. And we ain't talking on, well, no. This message is more so about keeping it on task. Your perception of women. I'm just gonna keep it on that. You gotta correct that fast. Like, you gotta become very emotionally intelligent, very socially aware. You know, becoming a more emotionally balanced man. Get your social skills up, get your personal skills up, learn about your personality, tweak that, go find other personalities that you like a lot and see which ones resonate with you more as far as your divine being and purpose, and go flourish out here in life, man. Don't get too caught up trying to do everything to please women, and stop making women feel uncomfortable in spaces, because a lot of y'all niggas do. I'm keeping it a stack. I see the reactions of how some men really operate in this world. Real shit. And there's a lot of dudes that be scaring the hoes. And just because they have no idea how women really think, how women really move. All of their information on women is from like social media or porn, and you know, you gotta have more real talks with higher thinking women. You know what I mean? Like, and stop putting like stop passing the buck on certain ideas or topics, because like a lot of men typically will try to place the accountability on the woman as far as like how they're thinking, how they're moving, all that stuff. But it's like, y'all looking at the wrong woman, man. There's some women out here who are never gonna change, and that's okay, because there is a man for that woman. But for that man who believes they deserve a really good woman and a great relationship, or you deserve great sexual experiences with women, all those things you could think that involves being around women, great conversations, great, there's, being in the best of feminine energy. You believe you should be around that. You need to start looking at yourself on a caliber of what kind of man do you line up with. Like the same caliber we put women on, whereas though we talking about the best women and the lowest of grades of women out there, where do you fall on the man caliber? Because are you as high as you think you are? Are you? I mean, like, sometimes you got to really look at yourself in the mirror, man, and just ask yourself, are you really who you think you are? Because if you're not, that's okay. But don't be scared to be a student to the game. You gotta be a student to the game of life. You know what I mean by life? I'm talking just everything. You know what I mean? And not everyone's willing to be a student, because some people do have a cap on their mind. Like this dude Pimpin' Ken, I tapped into a good amount of times. He had said this saying. He was like, don't just raise her skirt, raise her intelligence. A lot of y'all niggas ain't raising women's intelligence up. Y'all just bringing problems. Y'all niggas be emotional. Y'all niggas be doing women dirty. Y'all not really, y'all not bringing out the greatness in y'all ladies or in the women that y'all interact with. And y'all expect the best. So what I would recommend highly, this is for my young brothers out there. If you older watching this, then great. You can still take some game from a young nigga. I'm only 25. I ain't too young or too old. I'm just a man who's decided to learn up on some things. Like I actually read books about women. I actually watch YouTube videos, or I've actually joined mentorships about how to just learning about women and their nature, so I can actually see them in a different light than how society tried to see them. Like if I had to put women in any type of form of how I see them, I ain't gonna cap, bro. I'm not a religious man, but if I had to talk about God, I'm having to put black women at the totem pole, because we got man, then we got womb man. Everything comes from womb. That's why they call it the womb man. So it's like, but that's a different tip, man, and that's where a lot of people typically fall short on their awareness, because if you're confined with a certain structure of how you see life, and it's more so because of your maybe religious background. I used to be a religious man. I used to be a Christian. I couldn't see nothing past Jesus. I couldn't see nothing past that. If it wasn't in that book, you wasn't gonna be able to talk to me about anything. But being open-minded actually got me out that framework of like, only seeing things one way. Like, I'm now open to the possibilities. Like the same way I have faith in Jesus, I got faith in that there's a lot of possibilities of life out there that I just would never know. A lot of, like, I'm looking for truth, but I'm not looking to be proven right or wrong. I'm just open, because there's a lot of things in this life that I just don't know, and you don't know what you don't know, right? And a person who's more open and probably has a more spiritual essence to them, they're gonna have a better chance at having better relationships with women. Whether you are Christian, Muslim, any of those denominations, you're gonna have a way better relationship with women when you have a more stronger spiritual background. But if you have a cap on your spirituality of things, there is a certain ceiling. I can't really put a limit on the ceiling because I don't know it, but there's a certain ceiling where some people, they can't see past where they at, man, and you got to get past that, bro. Because, like, I look at black women as God. If I looked at God in any type of like form of a person, you know what I mean? I have to call. I'm giving my credit to black women. I don't give a fuck what y'all think, and it's only because I have learned the higher nature of how women really operate. Regardless of what I see women doing right now, I understand the kind of programming we set up against. Like, there's a lot of ish going on. It's kind of like, it's a lot of ish going on. So not everyone can see that, and that's okay. But that's just my take, y'all. Again, I'm talking, show me your mentality, I show you your reality. I know a lot of men with a bad mentality and outlook on women, and they have a bad experiences with women. Whereas though my mentality and how I look at women, I look at them in the greatness of who they are. So typically, I don't really have bad relationships or bad experiences with women because that's just not my mentality. I don't see it in that light, man. And you know, if you get off social media and you stay out of these weak ass, you know, group chats or friend groups that look at women in these weird ass ways, you might be able to see women differently and start having different experiences too. And that's really all I'm saying, man. You gotta really check your friend groups and ask yourself, oh, these niggas are talking about women, and some of y'all niggas got sisters, aunties, mamas, and yeah, let's say they ain't shit either. But you think all women ain't shit because your mama ain't shit? You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, the same way a man can be looked at and in a godly like frame, there are women out there who embody that same energy. But you ain't gonna come across them until you start putting yourself in certain spaces and you raise yourself up as a man. So if no one's ever told you this shit, let this be the first. Get your ass outside and start really touching grass, bro. Start really touching grass, man. Start having some like conversations. First, go pick up a book. Let's say that. Go pick up a book. Raise your energy, raise your vibration, raise your frequency up. You know, go learn some topics that you can actually talk about with women. And shit, pick their brain, man. Start picking brains and let them pick yours because you of value. They want to just see what you about. Like, you bring interesting topics to the table, so now they just want to pick your mind and see where you think. So that's all I'm saying, man. And if you realize that the woman you interacting with ain't worth shit, then don't waste your fucking time. Period. Like, this ain't me saying that just because I look at women in a godly image that all of them moving in their godliness. Nah, that's not true because a lot of niggas ain't moving in their godliness. But you can have way better relationships and way better experiences when you raise your mentality. That's all I'm saying. Take that cap off your mind. And go experience the beauties to this world. And when I say the beauties to this world, I'm talking go have some really good experiences with women, bro. Whether it's sexual or not. Because it don't always gotta be that. It always gotta be that, man. Sometimes as a man, when you get older too, you just want to be around some really good feminine energy. I'm trying to tell you something, man. If y'all even got to this point in this video, I'm trying to tell you something. Sometimes as you get older, you just want to be around some really good feminine energy. Some shit that make you feel alive. Like, you ain't even trying to get nothing out of it but the conversation. Like, damn, like this shit felt refreshing. And because you're not always gonna be in a relationship. Sometimes you might be single for a very long time. And you know, if you knew how to cultivate good experiences in your walk of life, because you done got your personable skills up, your personality on point, you done got your mind right, you know how to communicate and talk with women. I'm not even saying approach them, just knowing how to talk to them, you're gonna be just fine, man. Like, you ain't out here on the chase trying to choose up on women all the time. You just letting the right ones choose you, and you can just figure out just by a conversation they worth talking to. Like, you know, that's just some real game. So that's all I'm saying. And I hope my youngins out there who actually listen to this whole thing, y'all take something from this, because, you know, all it takes is a little bit of information to start making you go on a hunt for something, or for some more, I would say. Like, information, that brings a lot of clarity. I promise you. You know what I mean? These degrees, they can give you one thing, but that information, they can give you something else. So, I'm gone, man. I love y'all. I appreciate those who've been tapped into me. And, you know, if you a fellow who got to the end of this, I salute you, man. Trust me, I really do. And if you're a woman who tapped in, I hope y'all got something from this. And I hope y'all raise y'all energy and actually give these men something to yearn for. So I'm gone. Peace.